Welcome to Lizards of the Toast. And maybe we attracted some Pauper players and some modern players that never came to the channel before with this video. So, welcome, friends of the Toast. Welcome, new friends of the Toast. And welcome, always, enemies of the Toast. Far and few between, I hope. What we have here is a Lizards of the Toast exclusive, as you see if you follow the deck list in the description. This is a modern aggro player. Because anybody knows me, I play Prowess, and I like Hollow One and Burn a lot in Modern. And that being said, I took all of my aggro, Burn, Prowess, as it were, and put it into this deck. And it's doing really well. It's doing really well. It overwhelms the format, and I'm so sad that I came too late to enjoy Kuldotha Rebirth. So if you guys go, you'll see our we have a Lizards of the Toast exclusive modern deck as well. And it's similar to this. And if we had Kuldotha Rebirth, it'd be a lot similar. Oh my gosh, it's like hail outside. Scary. All right. The wind is a-blowing here. Oh my gosh, this is scary. Okay. Anyways, I digress. Let's straighten things out a little bit. Okay. Let's get right into this and talk about our creature base. You know, I like Pauper decks. They seem to be, you can get a little thicker with the creature base. All right. And nicely done. Okay. So, in here, like in the modern deck, we need goblins and we need artifacts. So, the Sarpedian Simulacrum takes care of both of those things. It checks both of our biscuit baskets, Benny. So, this hasty artifact creature, 1/1, that's okay, but you can do that. We do that. I'm just kidding. We don't do that very much. Deals 4 damage to target creature. That can be handy, though, because 4, by the time you need to do damage like that, I think you may have the 4 mana. But typically, that's a sack outlet. We have the Clockwork Percussionist because it's so great. I think this is one of the best cards in Pauper. And it's good in Modern, too, if you use it right. Clockwork Percussionist dies. Exile the top card of your library. You may play it until the end of your next turn. Very good. That next turn thing, it's to die for, Benny. All right, Benny, get this. In my opinion, this thing acts as its own evasion because people don't want to blow this thing up. They don't want to block it either because they don't want you getting that card advantage. So, of course, we're running 4 of those as well. We have the Goblin Blast Runner. This is a cool card. You need it in just unique things. Gets +2/+0 and has menace as long as you sacrifice a permanent. This turn, we're sacrificing the hell out of things with this deck, folks. That's Benny. I see you looking at me there. That's right. Hell is not always a swear, Benny. Settle down. Relax. All right. Anyways, we got 4 of these guys. All right. And one of the other best cards in Pauper, in my opinion, probably the coolest goblin if you're playing Pauper and artifacts. Why wouldn't you? I mean, this guy's in like 3 of the top tier decks, right? Which we have right here. We have them right here. All right. As long as you can relax. As long as you control an artifact, Goblin Tomb Raider gets +1/+0 and has haste. It has a haste. Look at that, how fastly it goes. We have 4 of those because we're always going to have the artifact. So 4 of those. It's a beautiful world with 4 Goblin Tomb Raiders. And we have the Reckless Lackey because it has first strike and haste. And that's good stuff. We can sacrifice the Lackey, draw a card, and create a treasure token. So that's pretty good because it pays for itself. So really it's 1 and a red. So it gives us some little mana advantage. And it's going to trigger our Blast Runner here. It's going to be another outside way to do that. But again, generally, even though that's 1 and a red because we create a treasure token, still a little slow for the play style of the deck, Tony. All right. So we are running 4 of those, though, because that haste and that first strike is really good. And 2 on the end of the Mogg War Marshal, because this is big mana. We don't have the kind of money to be casting this kind of big mana spells. I mean, this is, holy moly, this is a big mana spell right here. Big mana spell. See that? Look at that. Who did that, huh? Big, big, big. All right, big mana spell. So Echo, we don't have. Who's got time for that? Not us. But when it enters the battlefield or dies, it puts a 1/1 red goblin creature token onto the battlefield. So we get a goblin. We sack this to something, we get a goblin. That's 2 goblins. It's also a body in and of itself. So we have 2 of those and a puppy dog hair. Oh, so cute. All right. So I like that. Don't you love it? Look at that. That guy's intense, man. He's intense. He's like, go find the halflings. Oops. All right. Now let's get into the real fun. The real funzos. All right, here we go. We have 16 burn spells. Benny, I see what you're doing there, Benny. You say you gotta have 12. That's enough. 12 is enough, Benny. But also some of these are removal. So relax. There really is a guy over there looking at me named Benny. We're gonna play cards after this, and he's getting whooped. All right. Oh, he's shaking his head. All right. Well, this is going to whoop you. All right, mister. Okay. Reckless Abandon. As an additional cost to play Reckless Abandon, sacrifice a creature. Reckless Abandon deals 4 damage to target creature or player. We're sacking things. Left and right. 1, 2, 3, a 4. All right. We have Goblin Grenade. Sacrifice a goblin to have Goblin Grenade deal 5 damage to 1 target. We have goblins. We have a lot of those. All right, and I'm going to show you something. We have 4 of those, and where is it? We have a weird one. We have a real freak show on our hands here. Look at this one I found in the bargain bin of the local. See that? Look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's a miscut. Miscut, I'm Mr. Richard. How are you? Okay, very good. Good talk. Mr. Richard says hello. We have Galvanic Blast. Deals 2 damage to any target and Metalcraft. It deals 4 damage instead if you control 3 or more artifacts. Guess what? We will. We will. That's easy to do. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, and right here we have the Lightning Bolt. Deals 3 damage to target creature or player. Of course it does in 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. Of course we do. So that rounds out our burn. Now let's show these arties. We got some arties in here too. All right, some 1-mana artifacts. And this one we can swap around. So this one is just adding to that aggro. And when you get your first striker there, right? Reckless Lackey. First strike and Reckless Lackey. Axe enters the battlefield. Get those. When the axe enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. Now, if you sack the creature, something bad happens to the creature, equipped creature gets +2/+0, but you got to equip the other creature and pay the tings. Get it? Okay, good talk. 1, 2, at 3. Because if you have a bunch of these in your hands, you look stupid. So 3 is enough for anyone, and 3 is enough for people like us, and I think it's fine. Experimental Synthesizer. This card can be a bit annoying at times, but it is really good, especially in Pauper where you can bring it to your hand and play it down again. Enters the battlefield or leaves the battlefield, exile the top card of the library. Until end of turn, you may play said card. Ooh. And more importantly, and more fanciful, no, I'm just kidding. It's not more important. Sacrifice a synthesizer, create a 2/2 white samurai creature token with vigilance. Activate only as a sorcery. Well and good, but we have only 3 of these because if you have too many in your hands, you look stupid, Benny. Stupid. All right. The mana base is slim. Look at this. Oh, it used to be the human fund, but now it is the goblin fund. See how things change? Oh, sometimes for the worst. Mostly for the worst. All right, but not in this case. This is better. This is better. This is better than humans. Humans are stupid. Humans ruin everything. All right, 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5. But look, 1, secret in there, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And you see how we have these golden boys here? Sometimes we got to take these out, but we do like them. We do like them, but for the record, you can't use these in any type of tournament play or sanctioned play unless they say otherwise. That's good to keep in mind, even though they look fun. All right, so 16 lands. Now let's talk about the Seedy Squididi, or the sideboard. All right, we have a Chain Lightning, because it's like a burn spell. And if somebody's playing like some white deck, oh man, why not? It's 1. It's 1. We have 1 of those, just 1. Why? All right. And because sometimes we're going to have little goblins coming through, and we want to do damage and clear the path, 1 damage to each opponent and each creature. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. All right, Sneaky Snackers. Look at this. Deals 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If this spell is bargained, instead it deals 3 damage to that permanent and you scry 1. If permanent dealt damage by Torch the Tower would die this turn, exile it instead. See ya. All right, 2 of thems. Now, destroy target artifact. Smash to the smithereens. Deals a 3 damage to that artifact's controller. That's really good. That's a burn. We have 2 of those. We have Cast into the Fire to deal 1 damage to each of up to 2 target creatures. Fine. Exile target artifact. That's pretty good. We got 1 of those. And if we're getting burned ourselves, ooh, ow. Easy there, big fella. Woo! Hot. We have the Brutes. And if we find ourselves in want, we have Demand Answers. So we put that in there. That's a way to draw 2 cards, and we have artifacts to sacrifice it to's. All right, good talk. Look at that. So, obviously, you know we got lots of things floating around here. Where are they? Yeah, in our other decks, we have our Red Elemental Blast. And, of course, you could take out those 2, maybe that, and do some Red Elemental Blast action. You could add another Smash to Smithereens. Tectonic Hazard's fine. If you really want to be like super not let your opponent play, you could add a couple End the Festivities. But right now, I like this. It lacks Graveyard Hate. However, I think we're moving pretty quick that we can put a strain on our opponent. And we have the removal to get rid of a lot of stuff. So Goblin Grenade deals the 5 damage to 1 target. That's really strong. So I don't feel like anything popping out of the graveyard would necessarily scare us too much. And I think like we can blow up things at our leisure, as it were. So we're always going to be able to do something. We'll always have goblins to swing. Always have an artifact. Let's see here. Galvanic Blast is the one we have to think about. So we want to have 3 or more artifacts. And really, most of the time we will, especially if we got a couple of these axes floating around. And this guy here just kind of tends to put some gas in the tank for a Goblin Grenade. This is a very tight list. So things that would be like cut, you can't really cut because this guy's so versatile in it because he's an artifact and a goblin. Just like in... you know, I get a lot of funny says and saises in regards to the modern Goblin Artifact whack. And it's not 8 whack. And I always got to remind people that it's a burn deck. It's burn, but with goblins. And it's to utilize mono red so we're not hitting ourselves with fetch lands. It takes advantage of Kobatha to put bodies out. You got Goblin Bushwhacker, which was like an old guard staple. It's just everything I think Modern used to be, but the deck is winning. It's doing really good. And unfortunately, because we're tweaking Hollow Man, we have put that on the back burner for a little bit, and it hasn't been seeing as much play, but when it does see play, it wins. So I think we're going to have to do a video. So again, we will have some Pauper play coming up here. We're just waiting for we want 12 decks. We want the 12 top tier, or we want like 8 to 10 top tier, and then a few of our own originals like this one here. And then that way we can throw them into the mix too, so the lizard can look like a fool. But, oh, we're at 15 minutes. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I hope I attracted some new funzos for the dunzos and the bunzos. Because once the dunzos of the bunzos is out of the ovensos, you can't redo-zos the bunzos. Does that make sense, those? All right. Adiosos.